good for America and black people. We gotta separate black people that comes to America for some reason. So we're gonna do that. So Trump is good for America. Okay, folks. That's what we're going to talk about. Back in 2016, or should I say 2015, when Trump was running, you mentioned Trump's name, you got hung. Damn near 10 years later, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of safe to say his name without people shaking their head and or saying I just kind of disagree with the way he thinks, but it's okay now. It's okay to say his name now. It's okay for you to say that you bumps with Trump. I bump with Trump. It's okay for you now to say that 10 years later. But back in 2015, 2016, you said, yo, man, I'm feeling Trump. Oh, man, you got assassinated. Many families broken up because of that Trump syndrome. But I'm here to let you know that it's safe to say his name now. Don't be afraid to say his name. He's no longer the boogeyman. He's in office for the second time. The first time when he got in office and he beat Hillary Clinton. Oh, the women, they was hurting. Our women was hurting real bad. Man, you know how many ladies I lost on that time, that little in that trail? I was losing women left and right. I felt like there was something wrong with me. And I wasn't even supporting the man. I was just saying his name. It's like once you said that man's name, you got your head cut off. You got the guillotine. You got the guillotine. You got cut. You got sliced. You got that bick across your face. You got the buck 50. You got gel. You got gel cut. You know what I'm saying? You know how you get that buck 50. They did you dirty, man. You could not say that man's name for nothing in the world. But now, 2024, it's okay to say Trump. Pennsylvania went Republican. And it's funny because I was talking to this dude and he says, well, Pennsylvania might have went Republican, but Philadelphia didn't. No, Philadelphia did go Republican just because they did not, you know what I'm saying? Just because they did not go out and vote. Because they didn't go out and vote says a lot. So it's okay, folks, to be black and say, hey, Trump. It's okay to be black and say Donald. It's okay to put those two words together. It's okay for you to be black and say Donald Trump. Don't worry. No one's going to bite your head off if you say that man's name. 10 years ago, you couldn't say Donald Trump name for nothing in the world. But 2024, you can now officially say Donald Trump or I bump with Trump. Okay. And so I want you to understand that Trump is the best thing right now for America. And I'm going to get into why Trump is the best thing for America. And just bear with me, folks, because don't think that I'm saying, hey, I'm dancing for Trump. I'm not dancing for Trump. I'm dancing for what's best for our moves as people. And once we understand our moves as people, sometimes you need right people in place with right keys at the right opportunity. You know how they be talking about like a shipment of a cargo was coming in, but the wrong people, the wrong security was on, the wrong people was on deck. And so the shipment got seized and got caught. Well, right now, that's the reversal. We need the right person in place for us to be able to move this cargo. And I'm talking about us as people. For us to move the shipment of people, we need the right people at the bay, on the docks, as captain of the boat. Because with the wrong people, that shipment won't make it. It'll be seized. So right now, this is the best time for opportunity if you know how to play life. If you're a complainer, you won't see the opportunity. If you're a wussy, you won't see the opportunity. If you're weak-minded, you cannot see the opportunity. Opportunity don't come when you getting a pacifier stuck in your mouth. Opportunity comes when they actually put you on your feet and give you the chance to walk on your own. And that's what we have right now. We have the opportunity of life to walk on our own. With Democrats in office, they're going to give you little doggy treats so that you can be happy. And they're going to do the doggy treats, not really giving it to you, but lip service. They're going to doggy treat you with lip service. And as they doggy treat you with lip service, then they give you the little kibbles and bits, you be happy. And so right now, America don't need kibbles and bits. They need to be put on their feet so they can walk and go grab the whole refrigerator. Right now, we need the opportunity to get the refrigerator and get the food out the refrigerator. And with Donald Trump, I truly know that he's going to be that opportunity. Why? Because we can blame him for everything now. We see with other people, and you start blaming yourself. You don't want to put the blame on Barack Obama and his campaign. People don't even want to put the Barack Obama. They only want to blame Barack Obama for all the homosexuality, the transgendering, and all this. They don't want to blame him, but give him a pass. See, with Democrats in office, they get passes. Everyone know that Joe was slow, but he gets a pass. That's why I say for us right now, the best person is the person who you don't want to give a pass to. It's like, it's like having a dean in the school, and you get in trouble by dean, and everybody in the school knows, oh, this dean out of control. You know what I'm saying? So when everybody knows, everybody can feel your pain. But when people have a blind eye in a deaf ear, and they don't want to know the facts and the truth of the reality, they tend to fall back and not identify the problem, and the problem still exists. And folks, the problem still exists because your problem is Democrats. Your problem is Democrats. Pastor Stephen A. Darby, he has this thing. He online. He's passed away, but he said your problem is witches. I'm saying to the black people, your curse, your problem is Democrats. And once you realize that your problem is Democrats, then you will realize that you have to become a solution. What's up, girl? Aunt Esther, shout out to you. Hey, Dawn. So, what? Huh? Hey, Don, set the shutdown Friday. If you need a ride, let me know. Wow, what? They shutting down Friday? It's about to get critical. It's about to get ugly, folks. Thanks for that information. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I told you, folks, it's about to get critical and ugly out here. You heard? It's about to get critical and ugly out here. I was sitting waiting for the scepter, and it was so jam packed. And this is what I'm trying to tell you right now. Even with the strike, well, Sleepy Joe and Harris is in office, so they can catch the blame. And that's why I said to you folks, I said, do not allow them to leave office without attacking them. It's important for us to really start pointing some fingers at these folks. So you tell me that SEPTA's going on strike, we need to blame Joe. Not the governor, not the mayor. Let's blame Joe. Because he has not come up with a concise plan for transportation worldwide. And right now, folks, to be honest, transportation would be doing way better if transportation didn't rely on the people to pay for it. If transportation had its own major budget for transportation, and it was a right for people to, be transported, they would do much better as opposed to relying on these customers and paying, because the customers are not happy with the service. So honestly, I think that transportation shouldn't even be privatized no more. I think transportation should be a government issue. Understand? And I think the government should have control over transportation. And I believe that this should be a privilege. This should be, you want us to get to programs. If you want things to exist, the people have to get there. And you should get the people there. That should be something that the government. You want the kids to get to school. Shit. If the kids got homeschool, your school system shuts down. You want the people to get to work. Get them there. When we were slaves, we wasn't paying for shit. Huh? When we were slaves, y'all picked us up. You dropped us off. So now don't wait for us to be free to make us have to pay a fee. Cause now we ain't gonna pay the fee, and now your service is gonna fall down because you ain't gonna be able to take care of your workers. So I think the government should be blamed for this. Damn, man, I'm very upset about that news right there. I'm very upset about that news right there. Thanks a lot, Auntie Esther. How do I get a hold of you? I do need a ride. I gotta go get my stuff, but that's Friday, so tomorrow's Thursday. Thank God I can get around Thursday. But yo, folks, I'm that trooper. I'm going to walk and get these electric bikes, folks. We're going to have to get these electric bikes. You know what I'm saying? We got to get electric bikes. So, folks, we need a. See, as president, you know, these things come across your table and you have to deal with them, you know, immediately. You have to deal with these situations immediately. So if this come across the desk, like I say, folks, I truly believe that we need to focus on it. You know what I'm saying? We need to focus on combating the issue. The issue is that transportation is about to go dead. So I say that we need to combat it. It's never really a real problem. But like I said, Philadelphia don't have no underground transportation system. New York, they have the dollar cabs, the dollar vans, and all that shit. Like it's really, really organized. So right now, they love a strike because they eat. But right now, if we had some type of union, street union, where we can just like yo, I ain't gonna lie, like if I own like a car rental place, I would get rid yo all my I would never have no cars at this time right now. I'll be looking for strikes because I'll be looking for drivers and I'll be looking to start this, car service immediately. There's so many ways that we can think, but that's why we have to think. We have to organize a think tank. That's why we're doing this men's rally. That's why Trump is so important. So important. So if SEPTA goes into strike and this strike lasts a week, 2 weeks, a month, it can really affect this sad ass economy that's already sad. You know what I'm saying? This economy in Philadelphia is really trash. But if they go on strike, it can fully destroy it because these lazy folks will always find a reason not to do something. So, yo, SEPTA's on strike. I couldn't make it work. Yo, SEPTA do they gonna do the blame game. So that shit will shut down this economy immediately. If people trying to find a way to work at home anyway, so yo, man, they will run with this shit, and they know they wasn't even paying. They wasn't even paying for the rise anyway. But that's what's gonna go down. See, okay, let me just check you guys out. This live stream is for people, so this is your live stream. So come in because we're gonna chop it up because I want to hear what we have to say. I'm going to lay down why Trump is good for foreign policy. I'm going to talk to you why Trump is good for a whole lot of stuff, including black people. But right now, we're going to talk about this subject real quick because I had an issue today and it was driving me crazy. See if that Trump vote. Sorry, in my vision, my right eye's kind of hurting. So if that Trump, see if that Trump vote you just made go to social service, get some Medicaid, and get that tooth fixed. Republicans ain't going to do that for you, Jack. Okay, so that's how you feel. I didn't vote. So you're talking to the wrong person. Get that tooth fixed. The tooth, this is cosmetics. So Medicare don't cover cosmetics. But they say Medicare can cover transgender and getting your sex changed. But Medicare it don't cover this. Medicaid don't cover this. This is cosmetics. So going to having a Medicaid card and going to the dentist and trying to get my tooth fixed, it's not going to happen because it's not covered. But getting your dick cut off, covered. Getting your tooth fixed, not covered. That's cosmetics. But if you want to get your balls and your dick tucked, we got you covered. Know what you're talking when you're talking to the president. And so yeah, so that's where we at right now. I hope I unpinned that. Did I unpin that? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. I ain't gonna front. When I was in the hospital and I got burned. Let me show you the burn. Let me show y'all the burn. When I was in the hot, let me see. Let me see. Can you see? Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think you can see it. Well, I burnt myself up really bad. House fire. Okay, I had a major house fire, and this is when Obama was in office, and he was trying to get the Obamacare going, and he finally got the Obamacare going, and I didn't have it, and so I was in the hospital, and I was in the hospital, and I was in it for like 2 weeks, and I ain't have no insurance. And this nurse, the nurse people, they fought real hard. They were just doing what they had to do paperwork wise, and they got me the insurance. I ain't do nothing. I was just in the hospital, and she got it paid for with Obamacare. So shout out to Obamacare. Like I said, I was supportive of it at that time. But when you look at what's going on right now with the Democrats and their push for votes, see, that's what's scary. What I'm trying to tell you, I don't like people who do dancing around for what they need. The Democrat Party would do, and they would go with the flow. They will wither this way, wither that way. They will lean this way, lean that way on anything. Anything. And that's what spook. I don't like that. At least we need people that can be stern and firm on what it is and like, yo, this is what it is. We're not bending. And we need people in office like that right now, especially to rebuild this country. We don't need someone that's going to sugarcoat this way and sugarcoat that way, sugarcoat this way, sugarcoat that way, especially when it comes to me as a man getting my thing cut off to become a female. And you say, yo, you know what? That's a large amount of people out there that's going that way. We can't make them upset. We have to make them happy. Let's give them what they want. And then me being a black man, I'm like, yo, what about us? And what about reparations? And what about this? And like, yo, you know what? Tighten your bootstraps. So the reason why I say that Trump is the best person right now, because when we bring that back across the table, when we bring black jobs, and not just what he thinks black jobs is, but what we think black jobs can be. When we bring our agenda across the table, and this person, or if this person chooses not to address our issues, then the world will be really happy seeing us turn it up. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. The black folks, it's hard for them to turn up against their love for the Democratic Party. What president did you see the true Democrats start pointing their fingers and saying, yo, and fixing their face like this and like, yo, what are you doing? Nah, we want to protest against this. We never seen that when it came to the Democrats. With Jimmy Carter? Bill Clinton? No. Who else was after Bill? We have Barack Obama? No. Biden? No. Think about Clinton, Obama, and Biden. Those were our Democrats and most of the people lifetime that's living and alive that can really remember. Jimmy Carter. You had Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden. We've never had revolution or major protests and blaming these cats for it. When Trayvon Martin came and Barack Obama said, "Oh, Trayvon Martin could have been my son," that was just going with the flow. Well, because he said, "Oh, Trayvon could have been me. It could have been me. So that could have been my son." He just did the speech just to make the people put the pacifier in people's mouths. And when he said that, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Barack Obama said," but Barack Obama didn't make no real changes. He didn't do anything. But when are we going to bring the fire underneath them? And that's what I'm saying. In the last 2 months of this presidency, let's get the gas prices down. Let's get 50 cents off of bread and milk. Why Kamala have to wait for these tax drops? Get Biden ass to start dropping. If she was going to do this percentage or give this tax drop $6,000 for this or that, let's get 3,000 for Biden right now. Let's get a percentage of that for Biden's and his administration right now. Whatever she talked about that she was going to do when she becomes president, let's make her do it right now in its last 2 months so that he has to deal with it. So Trump have to deal with it. Whatever her campaign was talking about, implement it right now. Right now. You in office. You can do it. Have Sleepy Joe do it. Right now. And so that Republican Party have to deal with it. Leave something on the table that he has to deal with. Reparations right now. Bring that communication up right now about reparations right now. You know what I'm saying? Bring that up right now. It's kind of nippy in here. It's kind of chilly in this room. So it was warm today. But bring that up right now so he has to deal with it. Joe, this is what I'm saying, is we the people need to force these Democrats right now to put it on the table, put it on their mouths, put it on their tongues, and make it an issue right now. But we're allowing them to slip away and going into the darkness of politics. Don't allow her to escape. She's the vice president right now. So whatever she said she was going to do, have her and Joe immediately running. Joe was backing her with the campaign. Barack was backing them. They was all backing her. So whatever was coming out her mouth, make them do it right now for this last month. Democrats, demand it. So that I'm about to call him George Bush, so that Donald Trump can have to deal with it. And if he decides to push reparations like to the back burner, then we can attack him. If he decides to put this policy to the back burner, taxes to the back burner, this and that, we can attack him. So put it all on the table right now. Put it all on the table so Congress have to deal with it now. So the Senate have to deal with it now. And we the people need to put the fire underneath them. This is what you promised us that you was going to do. Do it now. You still in office, sweetheart. You still in office. Do it now. Whatever Joe Biden said he was going to do it right now too. Whatever they was planning for 2025, do it now. To be honest, the reason why I don't bump with them is because they was in office. Whatever Joe was saying that he was going to do for 2025 as the next president, if he get reinstated, whatever Kamala was saying, we put all that together and have them do it right now. They should have been doing their campaign on what they said they was going to do, because they ain't have to campaign. All they just had to do is say, yo, you know what? This is what my campaign is going to be about, and this is what we're doing right now. Not here's what we're going to do. So the reason why I say that Trump is the best president for this country right now is because people can hold him to the fire. They still blaming him for COVID. Okay, they still blaming him for that. So if he's in office, then maybe we don't have to sit back and talk. Maybe we can really start knocking on these doors, knocking on the White House door, knock on the Capitol Hill door. You understand? Knock on these doors. Knock on the Capitol door, like January 6th. Let's go knock. Hello? We want to have a conversation. Let's not be afraid to go knock on these doors. These doors is open. They there for us. So what I'm saying is that right now, the candidate that was running for office for Democrats is in office right now. Let's hold them to their words right now so that this man can be dealing with whatever their policies was going to be. And if he don't give us what we want and what we need, because these policies that this president already put us on table, because they can't do it. They can. They are in office right now. They can implement. They can start pushing the envelope. They could have been pushing the envelope. All of 2024 could have been all their policies that their whole campaign could just been flooding on Congress tables. But what they did, the same thing they did with Ice Cube, they said, well, when we get in office, this is what Biden so when he get in office, and then he got in office. Well, when I get reinstated, I deal with it. No, stop doing that. I don't like when people do stuff like that, especially like parents. Oh, you deal with it later. No, deal with it now. And so Trump has to deal with it in his term. But leaving him a blank desk of no issues that he should be dealing with is like fraud. It's like you conned the people. You lied to us. Leave him with something that he have to deal with. But if there's nothing on the table from us, there's nothing on the table, period. Why are we the people that are not pushing what our demands are? We don't want this. We want our reparations. Let's never ever ease off that pedal. Keep pressing on that pedal. Even if you're not support, just press on the pedal so it's just conversation. If y'all want free stimulus money, get before we gray and done. Your children should be benefiting from it. We the children should be benefiting from it. We the children, we right now. Not some kids that's not even born. We the children right now. We the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 60s, the 40s. These children reap it. So let's push it. So why is Trump the best candidate for America right now? Because Trump knows how to get along with black men. Joe Biden didn't know how to get along with black men. Kamala Harris don't like black men. But when you look at Trump, he kind of know how to get along with black men. You think I'm lying? Let's ask Ben Carson. Yo, Ben, what you think about Trump? What's his relationship with black men? You think that Trump, has a good rapport with black men? I want to put this up right here because this is important. I'm gonna leave this pinned up, folks. That's still. Even though I'm talking to you, I'm still thinking about this right here. The shutdown Friday. So you know what I need to do tomorrow? I might need to go and do some shopping so I can have some stuff. No, I need that ride. Auntie Esther, I need the ride. Who's Auntie Esther? I don't even know who Auntie Esther is. But Auntie Esther, I need a ride. You heard? We need carpooling, but we also need Donald Trump in office handling the situation of reparations. I think that honestly, I'm gonna kick this to you folks, and I want y'all to really hear me. If we would say we don't want black jobs, we want reparations. Uh-oh. Am I onto something? Am I onto something? If we tell Trump to save that money with black jobs and just give us reparations, and we create our own black jobs from there, what type of impact you think that would have? He says, "Yo, he gonna create, help, strengthen and build black jobs." Now we don't want black jobs. We want our reparations. So let's use all his wording against him. That's why I'm saying he's the best person in us. The blacks, the blacks. We're gonna have black jobs. You know what? Save that money. Give us the reparations. We don't want black jobs. We want reparations. So save that budget of black job budget. Save that. Not save it. Just give us the reparations. We don't want black jobs. We want reparations. We want land and we want their finances. We don't want the jobs no more. But we need leadership on our end that help develop that land and help invest that money in right directions. Okay, folks? Now, in regards to foreign policy, do you know why Trump is the best not best president, but the best person right now for that job when they're dealing with foreign policy? One, he's been around long enough to understand and to know these folks. He's not only been around long enough, but he's also been wealthy enough to be engaging in various things. For example, when we talk about steel, and the reason why I know he had said something that I knew he was right about. He was so about China is the only people that's buying steel. That information was facts because I did a cleanup job and I was turning some of the the steel and the iron and all the other stuff that they give you money for. And when I took it to them and I dropped, they was like, "Yo, nah, this ain't worth nothing because right now no one's buying this material. No one's buying except for China, and China right now has put a halt on buying." Why did they do that? Because they wanted the price to go so low. So it was so crazy going in. And these people like, nah, we don't want that. They wasn't taking no scrap metal. No scrap metal they was taking because they was like, no one's buying. The only people that's buying is China, and right now they not really doing anything. But then China start building. They start buying property. When Joe Biden's talking about we rebuilding and we building, no, China is buying this stuff up and they building these buildings. China is building, not America. China is building up these buildings. China is damn near about to own this country. So when you have a person who says, well, if China's not willing to negotiate, I will get up from this table and walk away. I like that. I'm the type of dude that would take the phone and be like, what? Click, hang up. I'm the dude like, man, you get off my chat. Get out of here. Keep your money. I don't need nothing. Get out of here. So for him to say, yo, if China's not willing to negotiate, I will walk away from that table. That's what we need. We don't need people to be kissing ass where China can sit back and say, well, we're going to control the market and we're going to wait and wait and wait and wait because they need our money. So in foreign policy, We need a person who have a rich mindset to think, not on a poor mindset. Because with BRICS, you got. Did y'all see the election? How many people seen who was watching? Like, was it CNN? I turned to CNN. I went to CNN because I wanted, I thought Wolf was still there, but Wolf ain't there. I don't know if he's dead or not. But and then you have all these Indian women talking politics, and they so excited to be on the TV, and everything they was talking about was India, India, India. And what's what the president gonna do for India, and what relationship the president gonna have with India? I'm sitting there like, yo, what are they doing right now? What's going on right now? Why is there so many people? Why is we seeing the move, the push to push Indian now as a people of color? Did, did y'all hear what I said? What's this new push to push these Indian folks as the people of color? Because, like I said, in Queens, New York, we have one of the highest rates of Indian populations in history. Take like a takeover of land and resources and things like that. Yo, they rapidly 30, 40, 50% increase. Now you see BRICS. Why? Because we outsource. I'm talking about black folks, really, as consumers. We gave every nation of people our money, our resources, and they took it back. They shifted the resources back to their country, and they build each other up, and they coming back here in the floods. Legal immigrants. And now these legal immigrants putting together their own economy, their own dollar, their own I can't even say dollar, their own commerce, BRICS, India, red dot India's. See, I'm not no young boy, so I look at life differently. I'm like, India, China. Yo, when back in the early '80s, they was third. They was damn near third world countries. I wonder if I could go out this live and come back in because I want to see when was China labeled as a third. Matter of fact, I hope I can come back in. I gotta do it. I'll be right back, folks. I got myself caught up reading, so you know what I'm saying, I apologize. But yes, it was China was definitely labeled a third world country, still is, but they say the economy's rising. But I apologize for dipping out, but I really had to just check that out because I wanted to see when did they shift. They said during the Cold War. So I didn't get a chance to really I can't remember when the Cold War was taking place. The Cold War, I believe that was in the 80s. I can't remember. There's so many different wars with Russia, and I can't remember the Cold War, what year time frame that was on the timeline. I don't know if that was the 70s. When was the Cold War? When was the Cold War? I do want to dip out. I want to dip out and dip back in. But I wish I had another phone where I can do that little research real quick. I wish I had my laptop, but I wish I even had time so when I do my lives, I really can really give y'all that real information. Because as I'm speaking, when was the Cold War? Could somebody find that out for me real quick and post it? What year did the Cold War take place? I don't want to dip out and check it myself. Could somebody check that for me? What years was Cold War? It's also important for us to have a timeline. Maybe it would be great if somebody could do a timeline of all the wars, you know what I'm saying? That'd be kind of cool. Good looks, good looks. Thank you. What year was what years was the Cold War? I'm trying to find out what years was the Cold War because I'm talking about China because they said China was labeled a third world country, but they kind of left during the Cold Wars. But they said China's economy is now booming. Why is China economy booming? So could you please do that research real quick? What research you doing? What's the question? I can answer it. Thanks. So, what's the question? Thank you, thank you, thank you. The question is what year was the Cold War, and when did China like move its status from being a third world country? Okay, so thank you, love you. DIY says since 1944, at the end of World War II, the U.S. has been involved in over 55 imperialist wars. See, that's what I'm saying. I find out about like I said, we need to like just do a research and have a breakdown of the wars. You know what I'm saying? From World War, we say like the early 1900s. We're not even going. Or do we start from the Civil War? Matter of fact, I think it would be dope for us to start from the Civil War. From the Civil War to this present day, this a breakdown of all these wars and what these wars was about. That's what we need our lives on right now. We need some lives. Maybe I can do that one day. I can do it if I have a little bit of financial freedom in my mind where I ain't worried about trying to run around and get a dollar or two. I hate that shit. But it's okay because I love being around the people sometimes. But my whole thing is DIY. I got you. I see you. I see you, DIY. I don't want to lose my train of thought. But to break down from the Civil War to this present day, American wars, like DIY says, 55 imperialist wars out of control. We wicked. You know what I'm saying? A lot of death. A lot of death and destruction we talk about on the hands. But when we breaking down these wars and and knowing what the wars was about to this present day, right now, we can either I'm telling you, we don't need wars no more. We just need right people doing right things. War is retarded. We might have to have one last war though. Because once we break down all these wars and see what this war is about, that's the last war that we're gonna have to have. That's why we have to know. You have the timeline of all these wars from the Civil War to right now, and we might have to have one last war, and that's the war for financial freedom. Now, what's financial freedom? We use that, we say that, but do we really know what financial freedom is? Just remember, I said financial freedom. I'm gonna go back to DIY because DIY is talking to me. So let me keep the conversation going. Oops, what you just say? I unpinned something. Since 19, okay, the Chinese, okay, boom, yeah, the Chinese economy is booming because of conservative policies that sent manufacturing jobs to third world, so they could cut down costs by 95+%. You know what I'm saying? I remember I went to school with my man Snoop from 40 Projects. My man Snoop from 40 Projects. And he came up with this clothing design. It was named after his daughter, Dejanea, something like that. And he came up with the clothing design that he said, yo, he's in China right now, manufacturing the clothes and making the clothes. And this was back, wow, a long time ago. And he was on it back then. Snoop was from 40 Projects. He was part of part of the little situation that took place in between Fat Cat and Supreme and all. He had a little crew with that. Not going into his business, but Snoop was also a smart guy, and he went business. I want to know what Snoop is doing right now. But when he was breaking down, the court, he go to China and get the stuff manufactured and stuff. I was like, yo, isn't that bad? He's like, yo, but I paid way less. So when millions of people outsource American resources to another country to cut costs, even though you might be cutting costs, they're gaining something. Even if it's small money, they gain it. If they gaining small money rapidly because millions and millions of people doing it all at the same time, we just save their economy, and we just uplifted their people above our own. And that's a problem that we've been doing for forever. The Revolutionary War, the Revolutionary War of 1812, then the Trail of Tears, then the Civil War, then the Spanish American War. See that's what I'm saying. Dope because I said Civil War, but the Revolutionary War. I didn't want to go that far back. You know what I'm saying? Like but you have to. The movie The Patriot, Mel Gibson, The Patriot, right? Mel Gibson, The Patriot, the Mel Gibson Braveheart. Talk about these wars. Talk about what's led up to these wars. And it's all about greed. That's it, about greed and power over the people. And that's what I'm saying. If people take over their own lives and demand themselves to become more powerful, and I'm not saying powerful in a negative manner, I'm saying more powerful, not weak minded. Believe that we don't need the sanitation men to come in and clean up our neighborhoods and clean up our garbage. We do it ourselves. That's becoming powerful. But when you tend not to take care of your own communities, you tend to litter and dirty it. Somebody got to clean it up. So now if they have to spend money on it, they're gonna go and get cheap labor for it. And so now we create a problem to take away finances from a problem that we really have: hunger, traveling. So by us going to these low wage countries in their industries, we are allowing them to get up and for the future, they're going to be way ahead of us. And that's what we living in right now. We living in 50 years, 150 years, 100 years of sweatshops. We don't even hear sweatshops no more. Back in days, we used to stay hearing about sweatshops, sweatshops, sweatshops. Yo, if DIY is here, can you give us the definition of what's the Chinese, like the Chinese sweatshops? What is a sweatshop? Could somebody get that definition for me, please? What is a sweatshop? Can manage block words and change chat modes in live and also okay, I will give you this one. Shout out to the mods. I got a couple mods in the house now. You know what I'm saying? I've got a couple mods in the house. Shout out to the mods. All right, D. Hold on. Slow down, D. I got you. Hold on. All right. I want to have some conversation with folks because I'm not smart. I'm slow motion, so I need to brighten up my brain cells. So I need you to help brighten my brain cells. Financial freedom hasn't existed since 1971 when the gold standard ended. Yeah. What was that? What I just said? What was my question though? Oh yeah. What did I say about China people? In 1955, minimum wage earned 60 ounces of gold. What? hold on, let me write this down. In 19, oh yeah, sweatshops, 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 all right? What's the definition of the sweatshop? In 1955, minimum wage earned 60 ounces of gold a year. 60 ounces of gold. So that just sounds like a lot. If you have 60 ounces of weed, that's a lot of weed. 60 ounces of gold. It was raised to $1 an hour, which was 95 ounces of gold a year. What? That would be $262,000 in today's money. I want to have a conversation on that itself. We need a live on that itself. Currency. We need a real live on currency. When they say time is money, do you really want this paper? You want this paper money? You want this? Do we really want this paper money? Do we want paper money? You know what I'm saying? Look at this money. Or do we want the gold? Or do we want some gold? Or do we want gold? You know what I'm saying? Do we want gold or we want paper money? What do we want? Shiny gold or paper money? I don't know. Paper money is kind of lighter. You know what I'm saying? Paper is a little bit lighter than carrying around 95 ounces of gold. But yo, that's a conversation to have. So minimum wages has been decreased by 93 to 84. Hold on, let me get that up there for you. So minimum wage has been decreased by 93 to 84%, or 84 to 93% in the last 53 years. In 1950s to the early 70s, one adult working full time could support a family. Yes, yes, yes. Yo, and people don't understand how life was so beautiful back then, yo. Mommy was mommy. Mommy was mommy. Yo, mommy was home. You come home after school, we was getting lunch, getting some Kool-Aid. Dinner was ready. The household was way different in the 70s, man. 90s, 70s and 80s. Between the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 90s, households was way different. But once the 90s really came through, households just went downhill because mommy was chasing the dollar because the gold was gone. They took away the gold and then mommy had to chase the dollar and family values went down. We're uplifting the corporate Baron class. We're uplift. What's the robber Baron? Because they got the Baron dictionary, right? What's the robber Baron class? What's that? Like in China, they have suicide nets on buildings. Oh my God. Yo, she said. I guess you said that in regards to because like, this is foreign policy. Foreign policy is you either make it or you kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make it. If you don't make it, get out this country and get to the country America, and then make it and get back to this country and pick this country up. Otherwise, kill yourself. You failed your family, your legacy. The suicide rate was crazy in China, yo. They was killing. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. Like what the hell? Killed himself with a sword because being a failure. That's how they got to be in the third world country. Failing was not an option. The value of money is based on gold. It was always, but now it's saying, what is it based on now? You know what I'm saying? For 170 years, the price of gold only changed from $19 to $35, but since 1971. I wonder why. Yo, And I'm hurting right now because when I was with the African Stock Exchange, all they were saying was we gotta buy gold. We even formed like a gold club, and it was like sounding like foreign to know. And it was like, what? So you saying you want me to invest this much money in this little coin, this one coin? It's the gold coin though, and you want me to spend $50 on a gold coin that looks like a little quarter? So you saying this little quarter is worth $50? Nah, I don't know about that. So financial literacy is very important. Teaching us economics is very important. Teaching us the value of gold and silver is very important. Teaching us the value of foreign exchange and foreign exchange with the money. Like a lot of times you go down there, you can take your money. You can, according to the economy, you can switch your money, swap your money for different foreign money. You can just the trade, is amazing once you know how to play with money. But they not teaching us that. They teaching these kids how to make slime. This little girl came up to my car and her whole shirt was looking crazy. I'm like, yo, what's all that wet stuff? And my mom's like, what's that? And she said, oh, it's the slime. I'm like, yo, that looks nasty. It looked like a whole bunch of snot all on her shirt. But we're not teaching our kids financial literacy. Why our schools not teaching foreign trade? So this is very important as DIY is talking minimum wages. Minimum wage, what you saying? I got to put it back up. Minimum wage was $1 an hour. That's $2,040 a year. And gold was $35 till 1971. In 1971, that was $1.60, and gold was still $35 an ounce. See, this is what I'm saying. We had the opportunity to teach. When Mr. T was wearing all that gold, when what's his name? Slick Rick was wearing all the gold, and Rakim was wearing all the gold, and everybody was getting their dookie chains and earrings and gold, 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 gold. And then what happened? They put up a pawn shop. They put a pawn shop in every block, every neighborhood. There was pawn shops. Pawn shops all over the place, getting back all the gold. You see women now walking around with a bunch of holes in their ears with no gold, no earrings. Tomorrow when you just be traveling, just look at the amount of women in their ears nowadays. And you probably see like 3, 4 holes, but you see no earrings. They put pawn shops up all over the place, getting back all the gold. Like something like this. I go back to the pawn shop and get like $94 for this shit. Like, damn, what the hell? I got like $240 for this ring. I found the bracelet. One day I was in the park, picked it up. I said, "Yo, let me take this to the pawn shop." Took to the pawn shop, $200. And he even said, "Yo, where you get this from?" He said, "Where you get this from?" Gave me like 200 some dollars. I was like, "Thank you." Yeah. I mean, y'all. Sometimes street talk can help you understand what's really going on. 60 ounces of weed. You know what I'm saying? And 60 ounces of weed. That's like 4 pounds. So like 4 ounces of gold. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine 4 ounces of gold? You don't even see black people wearing gold no more. But they not teach us about Like gold. That's why what Trump say, get this gold bar with my face on it. And most black people sitting back like I ain't getting that shit. Well, what the fuck I want a Trump face for? Trump is this smart. He won't put his face on this shit. But get this gold bar. It's gonna be worth something down the road. He just want his face on this shit. Get this gold bar. It's gonna be worth 15,000% more than today down the road. That's why it's important for us to really, like I said, go back to the title. That's why he's important for. That's why he's good for America right now. Because quietly, if we organize, we can learn from him. We can learn how to beat the system with taxes. We can learn how to beat the system when it comes to crime. We can learn a lot from this dude just if we pay attention to what he's going through. Why you're not paying your taxes? Why you're not paying your taxes? Trump, what do you say to Hillary? You guys gave us the opportunity not to pay taxes. What's wrong with you? We got to learn from these cats. So sometimes they be talking and you might not like what they saying because you just might have an evil ear that you're listening from. But if you take away the evil ear and you listen with a listening ear, you might learn something. And that's what I'm saying right now. We can learn a lot from people that you might think is your enemy. It was crazy. We just had like 11 people in the chat. The next thing you know, we got 4. Why is B happen like that? Everybody be like, oh, I don't like what he's saying that 1 second and just disappear. So you don't like I'm saying the fact I'm saying let's learn from our enemies. If that's your enemy, learn from your enemies. And gold has always been something that we like it, but we don't know it. We don't understand it. We don't understand the true value of gold. We need to have an investment club. We need investment clubs in our community. Every recreation center, every church should have investment clubs in it. Our churches should have investment clubs. We got to go. We have to get back to gold because trust me, it was supposed to went back to gold a long time ago. We actually, the system is really bankrupt already, but we just don't know it. And I was just saying it. Yeah, they purposely devalued the U.S. dollar to eradicate the progress made by the labor and civil rights movement, while the executive class raised their pay to compensate. Why not? If the people not gonna learn and they not gonna know, then they gonna manipulate it to their advantage. You gotta have slavery some type of way. Economical slavery is real. You know what I'm saying? And it was all due to leftist policy. FDR signed the Fair Labor Standards Act in 1938. There was no minimum wage before then because it's a socialist policy the owners didn't want. They didn't want that. History is very important. History classes like this, is very important. They can't taking away history will be bad, but take away bad history is good. Bad history is when you teaching hate, 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 hate. And at the end of the day, you didn't accomplish anything except for make a new generation of hateful people. But history about our finances and the direction of our finances, where it's heading, we need that on a daily basis because we need to know that gold, silver, and raw materials. What was that movie, Trading Places? You know what I'm saying? Gold, silver, and raw materials is things that we need to learn and constantly be learning every day. Because why you think they form bricks? To make it life a little more easy for them. And yo, I ain't gonna lie. I would like. It's gonna sound crazy, but I would like to see that become successful because that's going to actually show the world something. Maybe not fuck the world. Maybe that could show black people something. Like, yo, you come together and you unite. You could take down your enemy. That will show us that if you come together and you unite, you can take down your enemy. You can take down your competition. So we, the people, can come up with our own comrades if we could collectively gather enough people. We make these things have value. Everything we make have value. We make it have value. So let's not keep taking away our value, folks. So why is Trump perfect for this world right now? Why is Trump good for America right now? One, because we could use him as a scapegoat and put the blame for our frustrations, and it will be tolerated by more people than the Democratic person, and especially a female. And we can also, it's going to sound negative, it's going to sound bad, but don't take it for the bad ear. It's just reality. But it's easier to be upset with the old rich white man. It's easier to mobilize against the old rich white man as opposed to the young, vibrant black guy who comes in who got game talking. The mixed race woman who's married to a white guy, it's much easier for us to leave them alone and not be so hard on them as opposed to the rich white guy who's old. So it's good to have him in because that he represents what America politicians are, and he's a reflection of, well, we can do better. So by him being in office right now, it will get the people to start focusing on how we can get better and be better. But by having a woman in office only but to pacify the people, folks. Trust me when I'm telling you this. We don't need no pacification right now. What we need is more people like DIY bringing all this shit back to light for us to wake up and realize, like, yo, we playing ourselves. Go back to this real quick. Minimum wage was $1 an hour. That's $2,040 a year. And that was in 1971, while gold was still $35 an ounce, right? $35 an ounce. Well, I mean, an ounce of weed, a good ounce of weed is like $150, $200 and better. Not even $150 no more, but like 200 and better. So an ounce of gold only $35. I mean, technically, that's not a lot. I mean, it's still great. In 1971, that was $1.60, and gold was still $35 an ounce. So, folks, let's rewind. Today, when I came back from working, I was supposed to have the meeting. I was supposed to went to a meeting, but I was a little bit tired, so I just didn't call up the people. But definitely tomorrow we'll be conducting. Well, I can't say definitely. I might do something different, but the meeting has to take place because I have to present these people with the proposal by at least like Monday. So we will be conducting this meeting for the Inauguration Day March and Rally, also Brain Freeze. We will be putting together our proposal for President Trump, yo. I ain't got to label president for Trump. We definitely have to put, and that probably be the last time I say President Trump. My bad, folks. But we definitely have to put together our strategy and our proposal for our economic plan. We have to put together our economic plan for Trump because this man he's going to respond. And with a strong research team, you know what I'm saying? And we put together our analytics and our breakdown from the past to the future in regards to gold, the value of gold, the value of the dollar, the American dollar. And he already knows this, but we have to show that we are on point with all this shit. Sometimes you have to show the people that's in charge that you were on point, that you acknowledge, you know. So they would be like, how much do you really know? And they won't know. And so they just have to go with your flow because they don't know how much you know. And so when people who's in charge don't know how much you know, but they assume that you know something, now you have the upper hand. So with our proposal, we have to really have some great facts in here and bluff the fact that we might not know everything, but we know this much. And so with the right staffing on that part, we could really make a change. So our investigative staff, our research staff, our analytical staff, that's important. Because they need to see, they fact check and they know their history, they know where they're going. And we can't pull no little fast one over them. This is very important, folks. Trump has to see that we are on point with what we're talking about. Because when we go out there to DC to make these demands and to occupy that land out there until our demands are met, we got to be out there as presidential as we need to be. This is a new party, folks. We're about to organize and form a new party. Everybody keeps saying we need a third party. Well, it's perfect that Trump is in office because, see, like I say, I told you we are hour changing. So now I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you the breakdown why Trump is so great being in this position that he's in. Because it now allows us to really believe that we do need a different party. Yeah, we have the independent party. Yes, we have the Green Party. Yes, we have the working families party. But it's still room for another political party that will gain massive amount of people that's not going to hurt that Democratic or that Republican. I hate when people say, I didn't want to vote independent because I felt it wasn't going to be a waste. It was just going to split the vote. That's the whole point of election. The point of election is for you to vote for who you believe is right for you. Voting is not supposed to be like, well, I don't want to disrupt something. Voting is about disrupting everything. So that's why we need a party that people feel like obligated to be part of. They want to be part of this party because they want to disrupt the other party. But when people so connect to a party, they don't want to disrupt that party. And that's why I'm saying with candidates like Kamala Harris, the people didn't go independent. If we had another candidate, if Biden would have stayed in office, maybe a lot of especially Democratic men, would have went independent, and they would have went with Bobby Kennedy. They would have went with Kennedy. But if we have our own party that the people built and the people believe in, then the people won't feel bad being part of that party and giving that party their vote. And that's why it's important for us to form this new party. So it's great that Trump is in office because it makes us feel a need. This election right here, right now, there should be a petition going off right now with another political party. right now for 2028, if we can make it to that year, if we can make it to 2028. But right now, the people should be organizing for 2028, and we should be saying we need another party. And that's why I'm here right now. Because the world spoke, the world responded. The world spoke, the world responded. And now it's time for we, the people, to take a stance. We, the people, need to take a stance. And we need to organize and create our own new party. Because when you look at history, you say life was way better back in the days. Life was way better back in the days. And how is that when everything is modern? I mean, how is life better when we didn't even have microwaves like that? How is life better when we didn't have ATMs and machines? And how is life better when we didn't have the computers? How is life better when we didn't have this? But life was better economically. People owned their homes. People had cars. Insurance was not $18,000 a year. Life was better back in the days. Why? How? It's like when we look at, back in, let's just rewind. Let's say we go back to 1975. Right? We go back to 1975. And then we live life all over again. And we looking at the future, like the future's supposed to be better than 1975. How do we get now? We go back to the future, or we go to the future. We go to the future now, even though we're in the future right now, but we go back to the past and we go back to the future. And we look at what we live in, and we're like, yo, hold on. I think it was better back then. I think it was better back then. And life was definitely better back then, back in the days. I remember we went to great adventures every year as kids. When mommy had to work and daddy was working, we wasn't going nowhere no more because we couldn't afford nothing no more. We realized life was worse. The price of gas was 99 cents, 89 cents, 79 cents when I first was driving. Do you hear what I'm saying? When I first had a car, look at me. When I first had a car, do I look like I'm an old man with a cane? And I'm saying back in the days when we could go get a soda pop and some bubble gum and you only spent 20 cents. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not old like that. No. But I'm saying when I was driving, when I had my first car, I was paying 89 cents, 79 cents for gas. 79 cents for gas. What makes the gas different? Are we using different gas? Are we using modernized gas? What future gas are we using? 79 cents. 89 cents. And when it went to 99 cents, I was like, damn, this is messed up. It's 99 cents for gas? Let me drive down the block where it's 89 cents. And then it crept to 109. It was like, whoa, 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 whoa. 109 for gas. Yo, they crazy. They out of control. And it never stopped because greed It's nothing else. Nothing else makes it change. The gas didn't change because the gas is coming from this and that and another resource. What? Let's go to why I say Trump is great for America. He says America has tons of oil. We have all the oil we need right here in this country. So if he's the president and he's saying that, tell me why we paying $4 for gas. It makes no sense. The man was president. The man before he was president was rich. The man before he was president was investing in a lot of things. And for this man in 2024 to come on stage and say to the people, we have all the oil we need in this country. Why is gas $4 more than what it was when I first was driving? The world is worse now. So when the person say, let's make America great again, it's not going back to the Spanish War. It's not going back to the Civil War. It's just going back to when gas prices was shit. It's 89 cents. If you was driving when gas was 89, 99 cent, put a one put no fuck a one, put an F in the chat for facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts. When you was you driving when gas was in 89, 99, even $1 for gas? Did it smell different? Do it smell different? Did gas smell different from now? I mean, was they using different type of minerals in it? Is it platinum gas now? They put gold in the gas now? Why is the gas price so high? And that's what I want us to understand. We have a president in office that says we have all the oil we need here in this country. We have a president in office that say, if China don't want to deal, I will walk away from the table. How are we going to get tight and mad about that? We need to piggyback on that president and what he's talking about and put the fire underneath him to make the changes. Homeboy, if you said out your mouth that we have all the oil we need here in this country, drop the price of the oil. Drop the price. If we have all the oil here, I want to see $2 off of gas prices immediately. Let's have that conversation. Like when I wish that we was able to host a town hall meeting with these candidates. And honestly, Pennsylvania gave the Republican Party their vote. Trump will be coming to Pennsylvania. I promise you, folks. Mark my words. Trump will be coming to Pennsylvania to booty. He has to. But if we like, yo, homeboy, come over here. Come over here. We need to embrace him, bring him over here, and address some issues. And he got to do it in the hood, not to Scranton, not out there in Amish land. Come to Philly, because they say, well, he didn't get the Philly vote, but he got the Pennsylvania vote. So how can you get the Philly vote for the Republican Party for 2028? Come to Philly and answer our questions. And right now, we want to know what's caused. I'm the most stupidest person in the world. I'm gonna put it like that. What's causing gas price to be $4, $5, and in California $8, $9? if we have all the oil that we need in this country? Tell me why. What's making the price? I'm about to leave out this live and just Google to find out what changes it came across this country in the last 30 years that made the price of oil and the price of gas go high. We lost our home in New York because of the oil prices. Paying oil price, looking at oil bills, $600, $400, $500, and oil just burning rapidly. Why is the price of oil so high in the last 30 years? And I can't most likely DIY is gone. So I got to disappear for 2 seconds. And, if somebody else can do that real quick for me, you definitely get a my stick. I do need that help real quick. So I don't have to tap out. I don't want to tap out. I want to know what caused the prices of oil, the price of gas to rise. Could somebody help me out with that one question? Because that's the one question I want to address Trump with. What caused gas prices to skyrocket? I want to keep it on the simplest level, the simplest term, because I was driving when gas was 69, 79, 89, 99 cents. I don't be dyeing my hair. Do you see grays and shit? Do you see me looking like I'm need a cane and a staff? What caused that rapid change? And that is a problem that's a war. Whatever causes the gas price to go to that's a war. Like they say, war on drugs, that's a crime. And that's a war I want to fight. And if everybody can hear my words, because like they said, we about to have a scepter strike in Philadelphia. If we focus on certain wars, certain things, it's like a domino effect, certain things won't happen. I cannot understand how, and it hurt me so bad living through this, living through watching the price of gas go to 69. Because I was a kid, I was 18, I was 17. You know what I'm saying? Just learning. That's what made me though. Watching the gas prices made me who I am. Being part of that made me who I am, made me become this rebellious person. Because I'm like, y'all don't see this shit as being crazy? Nah, man. Nah, I ain't dealing with that. Not being compliant and complacent to knowing what they trying to destroy us made me who I am today. And I'm saying to you, if you grew up in these times, it's time for you to put on your different uniform. It's time for you to put on your rebellious uniform and rebel out. And that's why Trump is so perfect, because it's easier for people to rebel on a person like him, because he's a rich, white, old man. No disrespect though, because I'm not disrespecting rich white old men. I'm not trying to put y'all in no box. But for this country, America, it's easy for them to ostracize you, as opposed to Barack Obama or Kamala Harris or Hillary Clinton. That's why Joe had to go. What he represented, old white rich man, gone. So it's good that we have an old white rich Republican man in office, because the people get mad enough, the people will really go out there and make that change. Look what the women did. They stumped the yard. And that's why I'm saying we will be stumping the yard 2025. Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Because like I told you, I'm going out there. I'm praying to go out there with a busload of people. But I'm going out there. I'm going to be a one-man show, and I'm going to galvanize people out there. But if I can organize it, I'm not going out there in a one-man show. And I'm seeing things getting organized. I'm excited. So, what was my question? What caused the oil prices to rise? So I'm going to tap out for 2 seconds, Google that real quick, and come right back because no one dropped the jewel for me. I asked the people to, find that out real quick, go Google, but y'all didn't do it. So I'm going to go do it real quick for this live. Hold on 1 second, okay? I'll be right back. What's the question again? What caused the oil prices to rise in the 1990s? Okay. Because during the 1990s, that's when so many billionaires came and started becoming billionaires. So why we started getting black rich people in the 1990s, major black rich people. So how black people becoming rich, but the price of gas going up rapidly? I don't understand that shit. Hold on, let's check this out real quick. Once again, I'm about to check and see what caused the gas and oil prices to rapidly rise in the 90s and early 2000s. Let's find out real quick. They said the 1990 oil price what they say? Well, shift or rise. Yo, the 1990 oil price. I told you, I'm living in this timeline of history, so I'm telling you exactly what went down. A lot of young people don't really understand, and they say, "Well, this is what it is." No, this is not what it is. We have to go to what made it what it is, and what made it what it is that timeline of what I'm talking about. I already knew, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't say. But it was that Kuwait war. Like I said, we got to break down these wars and find out what these wars were all about. We need to really do a major live one and just focus on all the wars, history of America, just like D said, from 1812, from the 1800 early 1800s to right now. If we go across all the wars, we will see why we paying this shit. So you saying that because we had a war in Kuwait? So time out. You saying that because of the war in Kuwait? See, folks, I want y'all to dig a little bit and investigate a little bit so you can understand my anger. I was in high school at the time. I know what it was. I know what it is. I know what made me who I am because they thought we were stupid. So they put us in the war, and this war was quick. They put us in the war, and they said it was because of this. And then next thing you know, this happens because of that. And we still suffer. America suffered because we went to Kuwait and had a war in Kuwait. But America's still suffering. And then Trump is coming on and saying, but we have the largest supply of oil in our own country. So it's not making no sense to me that you tell me that the war in Kuwait in 1990s caused the oil prices to rise and they never shift back because of the war in Kuwait. When they was out there blowing up all their oil. And because we went to another country, we blew up all their oil. You saying that now our price of oil to this day is still fucked up because we went to another country, blew it up? That don't make sense. Like I said, I'm stupid. Help me make it sense with this stupid man. I'm only black. Black men, aren't we stupid? Aren't we? We don't count, right? According to this country and everybody else, we don't count. We stupid. So help me understand. Help me understand. All right, let's keep it 100. Let's go to Brooklyn. Let's go to Brooklyn, New York. So you live in Brownsville, right? And I live in Bed-Stuy. And I want the drugs in Brownsville, so we go bomb Brownsville, and we go bomb all their drug supply. And after we bombed Brownsville and all their drug supply, for the next 30 years, our drug supply is high in Bed-Stuy. After we just went and bombed Brownsville, that don't make sense. What's the point of bombing Brownsville and destroying their drug supply if that's only going to affect our drug supply and make our drug supply go high? I don't understand that shit. That don't make sense. So all these live streams that you be seeing, all these black conscious people be doing all this live stuff, but no one's, and all these financial literacy people, but no one's just going to simple. Why there's no real lives and focusing 100% just on the price of gas and oil? We don't think that's a real good top. That's not, yo. I really, really, really just want to be in communication with you folks. I really, really want to be giving you guys great content, great communication. I don't want to use word conversation, but great communication and great information so we can save ourselves. But right now, what we need to be talking about is oil, price of gas and oil, because it's going to bring us to a lot of rabbit holes. It's going to bring us to a lot of spooky, dead end streets, back alleys, because it don't make sense. I'm old man now and it don't make sense. I was young boy in 1990s, it didn't make sense. Now I'm old man and it makes no sense that from something that took place in 1990 in 2025 we'd be paying triple, quadruple. Still, we lost lives for our future, for us to be paying triple. That don't make sense, folks. It's not even triple. If I'm saying that the gas price, well, no, it's triple. If I'm saying that the gas price when I first was driving was 79, 69, 89, 99 cents, and 35, damn near 40 years later, or 30 years later, almost 40 years later, you saying that the gas price done triple, quadruple for a war that cost us massive money? So we spent mad money for the war. We killed mad people, and we still paying for it to this day. And if we don't make a change and do something about it, your children will be paying for it to this day. Make that make sense, folks. So that's why I say Trump is perfect in office and best for us. Why? Because he said out his own lips, America has its own oil supply in the masses, and we don't need no one else's. So on that note, I want to hold him accountable for that. Not negatively at all. I'm not being malice at all. I'm being 100% hood present right now. He said we have a large amount of oil. We have our own oil supply here in this country that we don't need no one else's oil. And then you got Democrats pushing electric cars, electric this, electric that, meaning that everything still goes up. Let's get this shit down. And how can we get it down? By addressing it. We cannot allow oil prices not to be an issue. We cannot allow gas prices not to be an issue. That's a main issue. That's why the economy is bankrupt. So you tell me that they did this war to bankrupt our system? That's why we don't need wars no more. I don't care nothing about Kuwait and Iran. I mean, and Russia. I don't care nothing about Russia's oil. I don't care nothing about none of that shit. Why? Because our president said that we have our own supply. We good. So create some black jobs and get some niggas down there and digging that shit out. How about that? I want us to start using the word timeline more because we got to get back into the timelines. I saw a chart showing the timeline of all the trillions. I'm reading slow motion because I'm trying to see what DIY is saying. Do it DIY. Do it yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Do it yourself. DIY. Do it yourself. It's time for us to do it ourselves. So I saw a chart showing the timeline of all the trillions being printed. And as soon as 1971 comes around and the gold standards ends, is when prices start to rise because we started printing out. We start printing shit out thin air. So they just running this con. Because when the people become stupid and ignorant, that's when you can do whatever you want right in the people's face and the people won't even get it. I saw a chart showing the timeline of all the trillions being printed. It was like print. And as soon as 1971 comes in and the gold standard ends, well, I wonder if the gold standard is 100% out. Is it just off limits for us? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is when prices start to rise because we start printing and thin air. Well, you gotta think, you know what I'm saying? The rappers, they continue with they you know what I'm saying, they have their gold. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of gold that they have that's archived in special little cases and shit like that. And it's worth a whole lot. Printing money out of thin air, yo, just putting it, yo, with no value behind it. So y'all still in the house, no doubt. What you say right here? Kingin? And stop war. I don't know. This just popped up out of nowhere, so I'm just seeing this. I'm seeing y'all right now. It wasn't on my. It wasn't on my screen. The next thing you know, all your little comments came out of nowhere. So I didn't even see these comments. My bad. Gold has more to do with how much purchasing power the U.S. dollar has than oil. Okay, hold on. Let me see that. Gold has more to do with how much purchasing power the U.S. dollar has than oil. Yeah, but gold don't go in the cars. You know what I'm saying? Gold don't make the car drive. I'm really, this oil is really, 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 really an issue. Because oil makes the world move. Okay, with oil, the world moves. If we was to take all the gold in the world and just put it in one spot, I want to know what that would do though. If we had all the gold and put it in one little spot, I wonder what that would do. Like, what would if we put on the dirt? What would that do to the land? Like, could you eat that dirt and be like super healthy? What would that gold do? I wonder if we was, can you melt gold down and could we like mix it with tea and drink it gold? like a little, not even an ounce of gold, but just have a little sip of like a quarter ounce of gold every day. What would a quarter ounce of gold do to us if we was to drink gold? No, that sounds crazy, but what would a quarter ounce of gold do to your system if you can consume it? I don't know, just little crazy thoughts. Kingan, he says, I know plenty of black people smarter than me. Yeah, that's good. And that's why you surround yourself around them so that you can get smart too. You heard? Me too. That's what I like to do. That's why I want y'all to talk to me in the chat. It's about how much circulating paper money is being created. It took over 100 years to print the first trillion. Now we are printing $1 trillion every 3 to 4 months. I wish that we can, the same way print money. I wish we can dig up gold like that. I mean, you're like for real. For where is gold? Like it's gold. How was gold formed? I'll have to leave out again and just check. How was gold formed? And did we human beings like dig up all the gold? Like there's some you know how they got the salt caves, the salt mines and shit like that. And like every year, just no matter what, how much mining you do with the salt, it just constantly make more salt. Like what makes gold? Gold is not like man-made. So what stops gold from forming? What stops gold from forming? You crazy. DIY said, do it yourself said, he said, pretty soon we'll be printing $1 trillion a month and gold will be $5,000 and rent will be, shit. Hells no. Dude. Dude. Or female. I don't know. DIY. I don't know who you are. Do it yourself. I don't know but yo, if we was allowed that to be, we would be the most stupidest things ever. That's what I'm saying. The more information that we get, the more knowledge that we get, it's important for us to really respond on this knowledge and information. Because if we don't, folks, we are hurting ourselves. Because can you imagine we knowing that this is what the future holds for us, and we get to that point, and we're not old and decrepit, but we got to that point where what we already knew. It's like you know there's no more land, and you know that once you get to the end, that's just a cliff, and you do know there's a cliff, and you do know that there's nothing over the cliff except for death. You do know that the direction is the end of the cliff. You do know that, right? Okay, you do know that though. You going that way still? Oh, okay. If we already know that destruction is here, why are we going to keep walking towards it and allowing that destruction to end us? All right, that's why I left New York. That shit was crazy. What you say? Auntie Esther says America has a lot of precious metals, diamonds, and oil, and minerals and natural gases. They going to dig in like the mountains, and that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Okay, who owns this land? Who owns these mountains? Can anybody just go and dig out these mountains? And who's digging? Like, they did a show on the lumberjacks. You know what I'm saying? There was a lumberjack show, you know what I'm saying, about the guys cutting down the trees and shit like that. I want to see the show on the people mining the gold. mining the diamonds, the oil. Why we never see shit like that? They could show us how to make a Tootsie Roll. They could show us weed dispensaries. They could show weed farmers. But where's the shows on the mining of the gold, the mining of the oil, the diamonds? Why we never see this shit? Why no one takes time out to really show that? Is that the dark side of the world? Is that where the real slavery is? What's going on, folks? So okay, so Auntie Esther, how you that? Help me out. Especially here in Pennsylvania in the mountains. You know, that's what I'm saying. There's shitloads of mountains out here in Virginia, Pennsylvania, upstate New York. There's plenty of mountains. Like even Tennessee, yo, those mountains out there, all the who owns these mountains? Who owned the land? Yo, can you imagine, yo, that mountain is mine. I own that mountain. I own a mountain. It really becomes scary. There was a Doctor Who, Doctor No, James Bond, and the one Doctor No. It was a good dude. He had this a mountain, and in the mountain, he had the world, and he had nothing but women in the mountain. And there was assassins, there was scientists, there was all every layer of every form of woman that you want, every form of what you need, doctors. There was everything, but it was all women. But the crazy part was the assassins as the women. They was out of control. They was, but he owned the mountain. Who owns these mountains? Matter of fact, I'm about to go Google. You know OPD open. I'm like what? Thanks. Yo, where all these comments come from? Yo, these comments was not on my thing. Now all of a sudden I see all these comments. That's crazy. Gold has increased not damn 900% since 1990. That's what I'm saying. But yet and still, we used to have mad gold in 1990s. In 2000, you don't see no gold on the ears. You don't see no gold on the necks. You don't see no rings. But the value don't increase after they made us get after they made us give up our gold. Now it's worth a shitload. My head, I have a little tiny head, so I don't know what you talk about. Why your head's so big? But it's because it got the screen like this. Anybody's head would look huge like this. Look at my forehead. Look like a giant freaking mountain. I don't know. What the hell wrong with you? Damn, it was like $300 an ounce in the 1990s. $300 an ounce is that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. And it makes you even want to curse, you know what I'm saying? It makes you really get upset. Fucking real America has oil under our feet and more. Is that what you're saying? Under under our fret and more. I think under our feet and more. You know what I'm saying? I know it's late at night, so I understand the typing. Don't worry. I know. I know. Under our own feet. This is really aggravating me, yo. I'm not lying to you, folks. I swear to you. I've been this way for a very long time. I wish I was on the airwaves a long time. I was just nervous because, like I said, I really, really felt like we was going to have war. I really thought that the world was going to really be popping at a certain point in time. I really thought so. Living in this time frame, I really, truly thought so. So I really was trying not to be part of this whole Illuminati mess where they can, trace me. I was really trying to figure out how I can just completely get off the rig. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get off the. I was just trying to get off this out of the web. I was not trying to be part of the web. I was trying to get out the radar. Like, none of my family have my social media accounts. None of my family know anything about me. Like, for real. Why? Because I felt like if I was a rebel person, I wanted them to have no connection to me. This is real serious because the way I look at this as war. And I took that oil situation really serious. Because that's the problem. So it's our it's our irresponsible overprinting of currency that has caused the price of our necessities to rise high. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna change the words a little bit. So it's our irresponsibility of being consumers. We want to consume this dollar. So the more and more you want to have these dollars in your pocket, they will say, "You want this dollar in your pocket? Cool. We're gonna press, print. Have as much of this dollars in your pocket. Now you have all the dollars you want in your pocket. Now the price of everything is gonna cost more than the money that you got in your pocket. But guess what? We can print up some more, and you can kill yourself more to get it. But the price gonna keep going up and going up and going up, no matter what. That's some devil shit. Don't worry, girl. I already know. I already know. I got you. I got you. And Trump knows it. Yes. And he knows it. He's trying to tell the world, but the world don't want to listen. Why? Why? I don't know. Because he's a rich old white man. And he thinks he knows it all. And he don't know nothing because he's stupid. So that's the narrative that we want to believe, but we don't want to believe the facts. That this country has all the oil it needs, and there's no reason why we worried and concerned about Russia oil. There's no reason why we concerned about Iraq oil, Iran oil, Tibet's oil, Kuwait's oil, China oil. It don't make sense for us to worry about nothing except for us, and that's why we have to make America great. Do it yourself is definitely on this, yo, with this printing. That printing of this money really got you tight. I ain't gonna lie. We print $1 trillion every 3 months. That shit's crazy. Now, and it took the US over 100 years to print the first $1 trillion. That's why oil, gas is more expensive. So the more money that's printed makes the value of things go up. These are the classes that we in courses that we need. This is hood classes that we need to really understand this stupid shit. I missed the damn fly. We need to really have this type of conversation because it's so stupid to understand this shit. It's kind of hard to understand, but it's so simple. But it's like it don't make sense. It don't make sense. That don't make sense. But the most stupidest shit that don't make sense is the world we living in. The gold standard was an economic deal that made the gold standard was an economic deal made at the Bretton Woods meeting when the U.S. promised to keep gold at a specific price. That ended, and now the U.S. isn't tied directly to gold. Yo, do it your DIY, do it yourself. Why is when did you really start really like heavily paying attention to economics? I put it just overall economics. You know what I'm saying? Gold, oil, currency. When did you really start focusing on this? I mean, this is high school and you never stopped. You went to finances. What's your studies? You know what I'm saying? That you really researched this so hard. U.S. money used to say transferable upon demand to gold and or silver. Yeah, yo, oh man, I lost my old currency. Lost some old $2 bills, some old $1 bills, and you know, saying I had the blue letter numbers. You know, the blue letter $1 bills, the red $1 bills. The ink was in red. The ink was in blue. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of those bills, man. And it said a lot of different things on those bills. That's why I kept it. The language was like, huh? Can't remember what the shit said because you know my memory's going slowly getting diminished. I guess I'm not claiming that though, but I'm just gonna say that maybe my brain is fried, but I don't know. Auntie Esther, what you say? Can you imagine what 14 karat, 10 karat, 18 karat gold cost? Yo, when last time anybody really went, shopping for gold? When the last time somebody bought a ring? Y'all still buying gold rings and shit? I'm so not into the material thing. I won't even know. Can you imagine what 14 karat, 18 karat? Shit, what about 24 karat? Okay, DIY says this. It costs less. They cost less because 24 karat is pure gold. That's 2,750 an ounce. So you say, so they said, 14 karat, 10 karat, and 18 karat. They say they cost less because 24 karat is pure gold. Yeah, but pure. Where you find the pure gold from? I mean, it'll be so great for them to really be selling us pure gold when they be selling all the gold shit to us. But how we really know it's pure gold? That's what made me really stop wanting gold when we had so much fake gold going around, and then I go downtown, I go to 28th Street, and I go and look, and then I'll go to the shop, picking up watches and gold to go sell. I'm like, yo, this chain is dope. This shit is fake. It looks real. It's heavy. It looks real. Like, nah, it's fake. So when I start, seeing the fake gold and stuff, because like I said, to sell, I had a dude. He was selling fake gold like crazy, yo. I couldn't muster to sell the shit, and then it turned me off seeing all this fake gold and seeing this big ass dookie chain for $60. And then I go to another store and they got this same old big dookie chain and they want like 5,000 for it. I'm like, I just saw that shit. I could have sold that shit for $1,000. Damn. So with gold, it had me too nervous. Like, yo, man, nah, man, this fake gold shit, this real gold shit, everything's fake to me. That's how I start looking. Everything's fake. But I wonder if you can drink 24. If you can drink gold, and what would it do to you? If you consume gold every day, what would it do to you? Hey, could somebody check that out for me? Can you consume gold? Can you drink gold? And what would it do to you? And I keep saying it because I remember coming across a group and we had this discussion. It was years ago, but so I can't really relate to a discussion. But I remember it being something that we talked about liquid gold, and it helps with certain things. I can't remember, but somebody, could you tell me what it helps with? But gold dictates how much money is worth, and when gold is more expensive, it means it takes more paper money to buy oil, food, clothes, etc. An ounce of gold will always buy the same amount of stuff unless they is subsidized industry where the government makes it so the price doesn't increase too much. It should, that's what I'm saying. This sounds so crazy. You can eat. Thank you, love you, aunt. So you can eat real edible gold leaf. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I remember hearing this. I can't remember what it's for though. So thanks for listening to me. You know what I'm saying? So she says you can eat real edible gold. Yes, yes you can. I'll put that back up there. Oil should cost more, but it's subsidized, so it's actually cheaper than it should be. So oil's cheaper than gold, although oil do so much more. Mm. But it's but so what does the liquid gold do to your body? I've been in so many different meetings, man. I can't remember what we was discussing. This is my early 20s too, so I can't remember the discussion about the gold, but it was something that someone was selling. It was called liquid gold, and you drink it for your system. Can't remember what it was for though. What? Nothing. You poop it out. They put gold. With nothing. You poop it out. They put gold. What was you talking about in the food? See, like I said, I hate when I be talking and I can't keep up with the conversation chat, so I'm not knowing what y'all talk about. You got to mind go and pan for it. You know what, folks? This having this conversation makes me want to create a black job for your man Trump. Okay, we need we need this is part of agriculture. We was this does this fall underneath agriculture, mining? The mining fall underneath agriculture. We need like we need like trades. We need like a trade school for learning how to mine, learning how to frack. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to become an oil a digger for oil. We need all these different new courses. How about that? We need courses of mining for gold and diamonds, and teaching about how to mine for gold and diamonds, and how to dig up oil and how to preserve oil. We need like courses and classes of this shit. Like, how do you learn about this? Like, I remember going to college. I don't never remember anything that's dealt with mining, oil. I don't remember anything that dealt with that shit. Like, I want to become a miner. I want to be I want to get a career in digging for oil. What kind of job position is that? I mean, I'm deep in the thought right now. I'm like spacing out. What if you want to be a miner, not a, Minor, but a Miner? If you want to be a miner and you want to dig for oil, what position? What job description you need? What's the job description for becoming a miner or a oil digger? Is there school for that? Shit, you talk about gold and you talk about diamonds and you talk about oil. Is there a school to teach you how to be a gold miner and a digger for oil? Where do we go to learn this shit? And so these are the black jobs that we need Trump to be focused on. You want the black jobs, the black jobs. So how about creating some black jobs where or a school where we learn how to dig this oil and get these minerals out the damn earth that's underneath our feet? Is it already out there? I don't know. We can't because gold is it's finite. It's finite. It's finite. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like I covered this eye and the words look so blurry. And my vision was good up until I started doing this internet shit. They got these words too small, and then the light messed up the vision. My left eye is better than my right eye, but my left eye's getting a little worse right now. It should look blurry. I need some glasses. I hate to say that shit. My vision was so beautiful. We can't because gold is finite. That's why it retains its value because there is only so much of it. Gold is mostly in quartz deposits. I'm just trying to know what you was talking about when you made this statement. I know I probably said something you responded, and I'm just getting caught up with you. So damn it, I wish because I can't really respond to what you were saying. We can't. We can't what? Mine. We can't do what? Damn it. The earth makes good, just like volcano. The earth makes goods, just like the volcanoes. Eruptions from natural diamonds. So that's what I'm saying. What is it? What's it called? Composite? When the earth is constantly keep the compression of the compression, then it makes that's when it makes. Like I said, I still want to have classes and courses in the neighborhood in our communities that focus on this shit. I guarantee you have a flux of people going to these classes because they want to know. They're not teaching us this stuff no more. This is like the old school teaching. We're already allowed. Excuse me. If you didn't hit the like button. We already allowed that to be. Gold was $19 to $35 for 170 years, from 1799 to 1971, and it's just 53 years. It's going up 7,800% from 35 to. And every time DIY, every time you mention this gold shit, it really aggravates me because, like I said, I was part of this organization. They were saying to us, buy gold, buy gold, buy gold, get these gold coins, buy these gold coins because in 10, 20 years, it's going to be worth this much. It's going to be worth that much. You're going to be able to sell it for this. Who the hell is going to buy a gold coin for me for $2,750? In my mind, I was like, it's going to have a value for that shit, but I'm probably going to be sitting on it because nobody's going to be wasting their money to buy that shit. Trump knows people are woke and he knows we need help. I agree. Aunt Esther, Auntie, wait, no, why I keep saying Auntie? It's Aunt Esther, but it's probably saying something different. Aunt Esther, yeah. Trump knows people woke and he knows we need help. And that's why we need this march, this rally. We need me to get there. We need me to be strong and for the people. We need you to be strong for the people. We need you and everyone else to really support this mission so we can bring our agenda to this dude so we can be addressed and so we can move forward and make America great. And trust me when I tell you that we got to utilize this time now to really be successful. You need equipment to dig for it, and we also need to go with know where to dig. But these are things I'm saying to us. Why we don't have equipment for a lot of stuff? Why we don't have black diggers, black miners, black companies that focus on digging and mining? And if we do have these companies, why are they not, doing something where they could be known in urban neighborhoods? This is important for us to really be focused. We need equipment. Why Kyrie Irving and LeBron James and Carmelo and Kevin Durant and all these superstars, why they not putting their money towards buying equipment? So when the shit hit the fan, we have our own equipment. 2,750 in an ounce to 5,000 an ounce is nowhere near as bad as $35 an ounce. Huh? I would rather be buying shit at $35 an ounce, right? As opposed to $2,750 an ounce. Oh, okay. Thanks for that information. They have gold mine shows. Okay. So put in the chat one of the names that go, one of the shows so that we can go check that out, right? Put in the chat one of the gold mining shows so we can go check that out, especially me. Unless you're panning for gold near a riverbed, it's time consuming. But yo, I know this African woman, and that's what they be in the bush of Africa. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did in the bush of Africa. She was a gold miner. And it was crazy, just listen to her, what I'm saying? Listen to her conversations. And she's like, yeah, I'll be in the bush for days. They be in the bush for days in Africa. It's little woman, you know what I'm saying? Little woman. And with the big, gold tooth right here. So you see this gold right here? See this gold right here? She was showing all her gold, like, no, this is all pure. This is gold. And she's from Africa. She's African. And she be in the bush mining. So actually, I was talk to a little bit about it, but I'm gonna talk to a little bit about it more. Maybe one day, if I can catch her, I'll do a live real quick and just have a talk. You know what I'm saying? Little small petite woman. She's about like 65. She can outwork a lot of you little girls. But yeah, I believe she be panning. You know what I'm saying? I believe she be out there in the bush panning when she go back to Africa. When she go back to Africa, she out there. Thank you, DIY. Thank you, DIY. There you go. I like y'all in the chat. Y'all dope. Good conversation. Thank Aunt Esther. Good looks, baby. DIY. I don't know if it's a dude or female, but thank you. I don't want to be like, thank you, baby. And you a dude, like, nigga, I'm a homie. I'm not homo, but I'm homie. So good looks, people. They have gold mining shows. What you say? Wait, they have there's a show called Gold Rush. See, I know I'm not bugging what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say things because I'm looking on, projecting from a broader view. So, hell yeah, you gotta have that stuff out there. There is a show called Gold Rush, and it's on what TLC, no doubt. And what you say? Unless you're panning for gold near a riverbed, It's time consuming, but profitable. Yeah. But yo, but this is what I'm trying to say to you. We have enough kids out here that has nothing but time. And if we can do trips, nature trips, yes, 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 nature trips. You understand? We let's say that we had like 100 students, and we be sending them off on nature trips, different locations all over the world, bus trips for like week or two, and they this is part of their natural habits, living, survival. You know what I'm saying? But their job is just to be panning the rivers, panning the rivers. Think we can come up with something in the whole year? In the year time of this course, do you think that we could? Good question. Do you think that if we sent 100 students out in the year on the year's quest, do you think that how much money you think they could pay? You know what I'm saying? We send them to the rivers, we send them to all the mountains, we send them, you know what I'm saying? That's their quest. And we documenting it. How much money you think we can generate if we really knew how to pay and we had the equipment and we was just going out there to do it? Because we have a lot of people who have nothing but time. So we could send people out there to do so. So my girl Esther says, yo, you gotta go to like Pocono Mountains near a creek or near, what show was that? What matter of fact, I was watching Married with Children. I was watching Married with Children. They went on a vacation to do that shit. It was mad. That episode was funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? And they found the nugget. They found the pot and they found the nuggets. They was getting nuggets like that, giant nuggets, nuggets, yo. You got to go to like Pocono Mountains near a creek or riverbed. Nobody owns a mountain. So we were so about that earlier because I was saying, who owns some mountains? Some people got to own these mountains. I think even on that show, Married with Children, I think I think someone did own them that land they was mining on. I can't remember. I think they was trespassing on someone's land and they was getting the nuggets. I can't remember, but anyway, unless you're going on a ski resort. That was the first and last time I went. I went to Poconos to a ski resort. The government mostly national parks and shit, and you can't legally go. That's what I'm saying. See, so parks like Keystone Mountains and shit like that. What's the national parks? All those big parks. That's probably where that shit is at, right? You know what? I think that's a bucket list trip. I think I want to do a mining trip. It might that might sound corny, but yo, it might be so cool. I think a lot of kids would love shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Nature trips, mining for gold. Something to think about, folks. Let's. Why y'all take away? Don't delete your messages, man. I want to see what y'all saying because it was a good thought. So Rambo was hidden by. What was you saying? Aunt T. What was you saying? The movie Rambo. What about Rambo? I ain't see it. It's worth the same amount if it's just that money is now worthless because we overprinted. Man, you with that overprinting shit, yo. Yo, I would like for you to be part of my financial committee. My financial committee, DIY, do it yourself. Can't get things on my head. So DIY is part of my financial committee, just for the knowledge and information, and they be going so hard. So gold going from 2750 to 5,009 an ounce is way less of a leap way less of a leap than what happened from 1971 to today, going from 35 to, I guess it's a little bit less. Not way, yes. I mean, 35 to 2000, that's too many. That's 2,700, 2,700, 2,700. It's almost the same. It's almost the same leap when you look at it, to be honest. Do the math. Almost the same leap. It's a huge leap, though. I mean, it's a big leap. That's a 7,800% increase in price. Loss of value for the USD. So if you're ambitious enough and have time to pan for gold, give it a shot. You gotta have, what's that, money with a top for the gold. I don't know what that symbol is. Uh-oh, you said oil is a thing of the past. Oil can never be a thing of the past. We always gonna have people with homes with oil. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's still using oil. Oil is really a thing of the past. We have exotic craft at Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Raytheon that don't need oil really to operate as have gravity. No, but yo, I want a car. Okay, folks, I always want my car to be gas. Why? Because everything outside of that is spooky. I don't know who's controlling my vehicle. All these new cars that has these capabilities to do this and do that. I don't want no Martian taking over my car and driving my car without me driving it. And they drive me to a mountain, and next thing you know, I become a battery. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to bring me to a mountain to form me to a battery. Nah, I want to let me fill up my car with oil. All these new capabilities, gravity capabilities. Nah, man, I'm good. Okay, so here you go. Okay, we need foreign oil because we don't want to pay American wages to produce those things. They want to pay pennies on the dot. So you saying to me, it would cost more to pay American to get the oil from America as opposed to get the oil from another country? So you tell me that we are paying for their slavery? So we rather pay for slavery as opposed to pay for. Did I read that correctly? So we rather pay for slavery as opposed to pay people to really work. Damn, man, shit's crazy. And you also have to take in consideration that Trump can ask Elon Musk to use a AI robot to scan and search for oil and gold. Yo, oh, see, I think y'all guys are new to my channel. So if y'all are new to my channel, you don't know what I did. Because Elon Musk, he made me think about some things that's going out in space. Because I thought about a cartoon I seen before. You know how they were stopping meteors from right there in the sky. They and the meteor was flying, and they point this little gun at the meteor, and it just stopped the meteor from flying. They doing a lot of mining in space. Okay, they doing a lot of the space mining is huge. Space mining. Because a lot of these meteors, the minerals, the meteor, the rock itself is like worth billions of dollars. So Elon Musk I believe he has the technology to stop a meteor. I believe he has technology to slow down meteors. I believe he has technology to capture meteors. And he's mining out there with technology. He has infinite, infinite money resources because he's out in space mining, and there's no one to stop him from doing what he's doing. So I believe he's been collecting these rock samples, and he's been getting all the minerals off these rocks, billions of dollars, billions of dollars, billions of dollars, because I believe he's mining in space. Now, Aunt Esther brought up the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But she just said it in a different way. She says, and you also have to take in consideration that Trump can ask Elon Musk to use a AI robot to scan and search for oil and gold. Gold retains its value. Gold retains its value. Gold also has considered an inflation-proof asset. It's considered to be an inflation-proof asset. At any time in history, you can buy a set of bougie clothes with an ounce of or a month of rent. At any time in history, you can buy a set of bougie clothes with an ounce or a month of rent. We need financial. We really need a financing club, man. We need our young people who's out there working. We need to be able to confiscate their money and put it towards investing, because there's so much out here in this world that we could be flipping. And like I said, we can get into this agriculture and bring, like I say, man, recycling, aluminum, is scrap metals. Is how many people in the world got rich. The Italian mob got rich off of scrap metals. We have to figure out a way to actually bring wealth back to our communities. And it's going to be the things the tedious things is what's needed to bring that wealth back. The tedious things. Like Esther said, you can pan the rivers, it's tedious, time consuming, but it can be profitable. But we have enough people. We could take homeless people and send and ship them out there. We could put them on camping trips, and that's what they do in mining. Trust me, man. It has to be done. I just read a lot. And everything just fell off. Like, why could one person working minimum wage have such a good life in the 1950s and 60s, but now not even two jobs can? Yeah, man. Working minimum wage and having a great life in 1950, driving a great car, and they working minimum wage, which was like $1 in the 1950s. And now you need two people in the household and with two jobs just to be comfortable. Out of control. Mm. What you saying? 10,000 K is less than half of the purity. You talk about gold? You have to refine it. Good is usually mixed with quartz and other things. You have to analyze it with a machine or use crude acids to determine the purity. If you drink liquid liquid gold, it would kill. If you drink liquid, it would kill you because it has to be like 2,000 degrees to be liquid. Well, that's the funny thing about it, because once you melt it down, when it get cold, it hardens back up. there's a way to keep it in liquid form and not at that temperature. Trust me, it gotta be. I trust me. But they put pure gold leaf on food, and you eat it, but you just poop it out. It's inherent. But you keep speaking about the pooping it out. That's what I'm saying. Is it good for the digestive system? Is gold good for the digestive system? It's not like common old silver. So when silver's better than gold, you're gonna make me leave out and Google real quick. You're gonna make me. Yeah, black jobs. These could be our black jobs. Yep. I got into an argument yesterday with this lady because she was so loud. Not yesterday, the day before, because she was sitting there on the bus and she's being so loud. And she talked about somebody, and she talked about how somebody did something stupid. I think he farted or something like that. And she was just talking about it for like too long, and it just kept getting louder and louder and louder. And I had to let her know, like, yo, bring it down, please. We are on a private bus. It's not your house. Fracking. I was waiting for someone to use the terminology fracking. Fracking is awful. And why? They literally pour corrosive acids and solvents into the ground to dissolve shale rock. So many people had their water poisoned and got cancer. Watch Gasland. It's a good documentary. So that's all about fracking. Okay. See, I always wanted to know why they had a problem with fracking, and this because this the way they frack. They frack by doing what? Fracking is awful. They literally pour corrosive acids. So you're putting acids into the world in the ground to dissolve with shale rock. Maybe you said something wrong. So many people had their water poisoned and got cancer. Bill, light up that L. I ain't got no L light. Well, I mean, I probably do, but I just don't. Yo, DIY is really I salute you in this conversation, man. Yo, matter of fact, it's a late night. 215. This is my number, folks, because I'm trying to build a team. 986 5624. I need people on my team because this hood presidency, we trying to build a cabinet. We trying to put together our different committees, our different departments, our Department of Justice, our Department of Agriculture. I need people in my team for real, for real. The guy the guy that throws chain onto the pipe out the oil rig machine as it drills deep into the ground is called a roughneck. Black jobs, we need roughnecks. That's a great position, right? For some black folks, we need a bunch of roughnecks. So if we could go in the hood and put out the advertisement saying roughnecks needed, when the position is a roughneck, how many applications we could get in the hood? They're great black jobs, roughnecks. Oh, okay. So I was saying, why can't we make more oil? Okay, copy. Lord have mercy. If you believe in God, I hope you're praying none of your sisters have to lie in a hospital bed begging for their lives to be saved over their unborn child. I'm going to tell you like this. They ain't going to happen. My sisters ain't having no babies no time soon. But their daughters, it could be their daughters. But guess what? I think y'all way at the extreme. If you believe in God, I hope you are praying none of your sisters have to lie in hospital bed begging for their lives to be saved over their unborn child. Peace. So for and they, I don't know. My sister, they all my one of my sisters, she almost had a baby, and the umbilical cord got caught around the baby's neck. But God put me in her life because I saved them. You know what I'm saying? I got her to the hospital in time. And it was a blizzard. It was a snowstorm. I had to dig my car out of like 3 feet of snow. And I had to zoom down this block that I don't even know how I got down these blocks. You know what I'm saying? It was a blizzard. And I got her to the hospital. And when she had her baby, the umbilical cord was wrapped around the baby neck. So yeah, I believe in God. That's why God got me up and got my sister to the hospital. You heard? If a woman's laying on the table, I believe in God. So now, if a woman's laying on the table and her life is in jeopardy because of the unborn child, there was something in her life that God is working on right now. There's something in her life that God is talking to her about. So yeah, I believe in God. So don't try that bullshit. If that's her final destination, that table, there's something that she was doing with her coochie or her life. It was something that she was doing with her life that she's now being judged. Understand? So, like, even right now, so God works in mysterious ways. East B boogeyman, Umar gonna have to pay me. I'm pulling up to that school real soon, folks. Real soon. Countdown on me pulling up on that school to drop the challenge. Umar, you gotta debate me. I want you to debate me, man. Let's debate. Let's have a conversation. Let's have this communication. Let's debate about family values. Let's debate about community building. Let's debate about black men's characters. Folks, my phone is acting up, so we're not gonna play these games. As we begin, well, we want to talk money. You coming in right now? I was about to say what you say. Say something real quick before I end this. You know, what I'm saying I'm about to end this live. You got the platform. What you want to say about when it comes to money? Whatever you want to say. Then we can communicate. You got 30 seconds to punch it in. Let's talk money. What you want to talk about when it comes to money? Because DIY was definitely talking about money. We saw about gold. We saw about oil. We saw about fracking. We saw about mining. We was talking about money. So what we want to talk about when it comes to money? We were talking about the price of the dollar. Where was you at? We was talking money. Where was you at? You guys are funny. I was about to get off. I was about to sign off, and then you guys want to tap back in. So we're gonna talk money. Let's talk money for 2 seconds. What can we talk about money? We want to talk about investing money. We want to talk about saving money. We want to talk about getting money. What part of money do we want to talk? Or you just saying, let's talk money, like you call me money. Like homie, you call yo, what up, money? Are you saying, yo, let's talk money? If you are in this live right now and you think that Trump is the best candidate and best president right now for this country, I want you to let me know what issue that you would like Trump to be focused on. What topic, what issue would you like Trump to be focused on when it comes to 2025 when he gets sworn in? What do you want him to deal with immediately? I believe and I want Trump to focus on these black jobs immediately. And these black jobs, one of these black jobs I want him to focus on is helping the urban community get more involved in mining and fracking. I want him to expand our communities and our Verizons. You know what I'm saying? Open up the Verizons. Open up the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't really think there's much out there in the world except for working Uber. But nah, I want to send people out to the like they say the Poconos and the Alpine Mountains. I want them to get out to various mountains and we start doing some mining trips, digging and panning for nuggets, nature trips. Let's talk about performing these nature trips. Nature trips creating black jobs. Science trips formulating black jobs. Let's talk about black jobs, Trump. I think that he's the best person for right now in this time we living in, because right now in these times we living in, we need someone to put the blame on outside ourselves, and he's the perfect candidate to blame for the downfall of America. But I don't think we want to have to point a finger and blame. I'm telling you, I believe that all we have to do is bring it to his attention, and he's going to deal with it. So, folks, thanks for tapping in. I just, I was late. It was, I was just sitting here, and I know I didn't do my live. I was going to do a live earlier, but I chose to do it now because something was on my mind, and I just wanted to talk and get it off the mind. Thanks to the new moderators, I got Aunt Esther. She became a mod. I got DIY, do it yourself. She became a mod, and DIY kept the conversation going strong, strong, strong. Esther and the DIY kept that conversation going strong. Otherwise, I'd probably been tapped out a long time ago. So thank y'all for keeping that conversation going. Parker says, let's talk money, but Parker hasn't said anything about money. So let me just say this, $ Icy Gone 167. We need to get some buses. So let's start focusing on how we can put together our investment club so we can invest into this Inauguration Day march. It's not really a march. It's going to be more of a meeting. We're going to hit the streets. We're going to walk the streets a little bit, but we're going to our meeting. We're going to have a meeting in the code. We're going to have an organizer meeting in the code. So we're going to need some tents. We're going to need some of those propane, gas propane, so we can keep these tents warm. We're going to need lots of shit. We need heaters, charcoal, because we want to cook, barbecue. We keep warm, all the above, whatever it takes. But we got to stomp the yard in DC because we got to talk money. We're going to talk money in DC. So when you say let's talk money, we're going to definitely talk about money in DC. Inauguration Day. We're going to have the biggest meeting ever in DC. I want millions. This sounds crazy because a lot of people just can't even fathom, like saying 1 million people, but I want millions of people to flood DC on Inauguration Day. and not flood it in the way of causing chaos. I want you to flood it where we showing discipline. Can you imagine 1 million people discipline? You have people that's focusing on raising monies. We have people that's focused on keeping our bellies full all day long, making sure that we eating, making sure that we hydrated, making sure that we are kept warm. We making sure that we send the troops out there to cause that ruckus. Meaning we not cause ruckus and tearing shit down, but cause ruckus and making their presence felt. We talk about inviting the Israelites, the nation, the Muslims, the Christians, the Boy Scouts. Understand? All forms and walks of life of people, especially men. We want, well, no, I don't mean all forms of life of men and people. No, 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 no. This is not no pride shit. This ain't no pride movement. And then we want to organize a militia. We're looking for people who is about that gun life, but not about shooting them. But this, has a fascination with guns because we want to organize our military because it's our protection. We won't use military, but we use the word our protectors. So let's definitely go out there and make a difference, not for spotlighting and just being a problem, but let's make a difference for our future. And we ain't talk about children, we talk about our future. Our future is next year, our future is tomorrow, our future. So thank y'all for your listening and thank you for tuning in. Next time we do go live, like I said, we will be conducting our meetings. We will be doing our meetings live. And this is for the men's inauguration day. We will be doing and conducting lives on this. And we want your input. We want your feedback. So folks, let's get organized. Time to get organized. I thank y'all for tuning in. If if people was upset about Kamala not getting in office, just think you got saved, man. I don't know what about her I really did not like, but I wasn't feeling her. I'm not even talking about this term. I wasn't feeling her when she was just a senator. I looked at her and I said, I don't know about her. Because I remember this black dude said, "Oh, we got a black candidate running." And this is way back. And I was like, "Who?" He said, "Kamala." I said, "Who's she?" He said, "Not." He said, "Check her out." So when I checked out, I was like, I don't know. I don't think she's going to be able to sell product. I don't think the people are going to be feeling her. And then maybe like 2 months later, she dropped out the race. She was out the race. You know what I'm saying? She was out of the race. And so she didn't gain no momentum. She wasn't really strong in her presence, and she dropped out the race. And so this time around, you know what I'm saying? Now me paying a little bit more attention to her, the more attention I paid to her, the more embarrassed I became that she was even being utilized as a candidate. I was like, nah, this ain't cool. The laugh was crazy. Man, we all have our own crazy laugh, but her laugh was just a little demonic. Her demeanor just was not. Her demeanor just not warm. Like if we was to have a town hall meeting, if we was and we was to have her and Trump in the room together, you would and Hillary and Barack Obama. Let's say we had those four individuals, two females, two dudes. You would actually be laughing a little bit more with Trump. You would feel more comfortable with Trump. You like, yo, this dude say some off the wall shit, but yo, he's actually more cooler than she is. She would come off to you more so like as some bougie hypocrite who's faking the funk. You would probably call it out. You'd be like, nah, it's something fake about her. So I don't know, folks. We probably got saved, but who knows? You'll be feeling soon. You'll be feeling soon. You'll be feeling soon enough, Uncle Rim. Smoking with Archie Bunker. I don't know what we're gonna be feeling soon, but I know what I'm feeling right now. The price of gas is way too high, and that's what we was talking about a little earlier. There's no reason why the price of gas is this high, folks. So that's what I'm feeling right now, and I'm not feeling that shit. So as they leave out, let's make a demand that they drop the gas price $1. Take $1 off this gas price. If the gas price in your community is $3 and a little bit above, but when Trump take office, that gas price should be $2, 2.50. Start with that as a change. We need a change in our basic living of life. The basics: food, shelter, travel. The basics. And with food, shelter, and travel, if we can get Trump to identify that as being a problem, food, shelter, and travel. If he can see, look, travel. Well, travel don't just mean gas. Travel means these toll prices too. What makes these toll prices need to go up so high? What's the difference now? What makes these bridges cost more? Oh, because you had construction of bridges now, and so now you did construction of bridges, and now we need to pay $8 more. None of this makes sense. So we need this President Trump. We need this guy to focus on those basics: food, shelter, and travel, and make that change. So, folks, with Inauguration Day, that's our focus. Thank you for your listening ear, your support. Food, shelter, and travel. That's our main concern when it comes to Trump in his first 90 days in. What type of changes he gonna make for food, shelter, and traveling? Love you like peace, folks. Food, shelter, and traveling. The three basic needs that we have to focus on. 90 days, Donald Trump, make that change. Make America great with food, shelter, and travel. I need you to identify why the cost of food is high, why the cost of living is so high, rent, ownership, buying a home, why it's so high, and why the cost of travel is so high. And I want you to identify why it's so high, and then I want you to rectify the problem. Trump, we will see you soon. Thank y'all for your listening ear, your support. Peace. Please hit that like button for me. If you go back to the video, watch the video 2 times, give me some views, get those views up. If you want to go back to the beginning, go watch it, go back to the beginning. Go back and watch the middle. The next day, next week, go back and go watch it again. Do some fact checking, not fact checking, but some fact checking. And one of the questions I had was, we said, when did China become, like, when did China leave out of the being a third world country? You know what I'm saying? When did China get out of its the poor economic situation that was in, where now it's a powerhouse? You know what I'm saying? When did the oil price, what caused the oil price to sky high? They said the Kuwait War caused the oil price to sky high, and now we still sky high though. That war was like 30 years ago. That was a 30-year-old war, but we still feeling it. So my thing, folks, is go back to this video and just look at the little things we was talking about, because these are the issues and topics that we're going to be focusing on with this 47th president. The 47th, 45th president must focus on these issues right here. We got to get the gas prices back down. We got to get these tolls fixed. These tolls are out of control. And shelter. These homes don't need to be costing this amount of money. Using real estate, homie. There's no reason for these homes to be costing so much money. There's no reason for Philadelphia to be going up to the price of New York City. So we got to fix these problems. Until America's not going to be made great until you deal with these small situations. And these small situations is right here on American soil. Before we focus on any war, before we focus on another country, let's fix the basic needs of Americans. Fix the basic needs of Americans. Like my teeth, get my teeth fixed should be part of Medicaid. It should not be cosmetics. Get my penis cut off should not be part of Medicaid. That should be cosmetics. A person who want to change their whole sex should not be part of Medicaid or anything like that. That should be all cosmetics. But they want to charge me to fix this, but they ain't trying to charge a nigga in jail to cut his penis off. That's crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's focus on the focus, and let's get with the get, and stop losing it all. Focus with the focus and get with the get. Thank y'all for your listening here. I know you're tapping in. I know some people just tapping in, but as you tap in, just hit that like button and rewind and go back to the beginning and see what we was talking about for this past 2 hours. Because we was chopping it up, folks. We definitely was chopping up. And shout out to Aunt Esther. Shout out to DIY and everyone else that was in the chat that showed love on the late night. Trump is the one we need in office right now. And I said that earlier, and I say it as an end, because we need someone that the world feel comfortable on pointing the finger at. Kamala, she wasn't going to be able to handle all that finger pointing. And her supporters wasn't going to be able to handle that finger pointing. But when you look at Trump, he can handle the finger pointing. And I believe that when we point enough fingers at him, he ain't going to bite it. He's going to embrace the finger and say, hey, what y'all want? I guarantee I can give you the best deal ever. What do y'all want? What kind of deal can I make for you? And that's why we need him in, because he's willing to make a deal. He's willing to read our grievances and come up with a great deal, as opposed to Kamala Harris and Biden, who say, hey, when we get in office, then we deal with that. So thank y'all for your listen here, your support. Hit that like button, man. Leave a comment. Leave a comment too. Leave some comments. And always be in my chat. I like talking to the chat, yo. I was stupid at the beginning, not paying attention to the chat, but the chat, you know what I'm saying, it helps brighten me up and it keeps me on point. So the chat, yo, my chat is dope right now. I like y'all. Y'all cool. Even your cornies, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, like this right here, your little cornies. I'm cool with it. I'm still cool with your cornies. I ain't got no problem with that. Even the teeth people, I ain't got no problem with that. But hit the $ Icy Don 167 and support the Brain Freeze competition game show, and definitely come out there and stump the yard with us on Inauguration Day. America's Men Matter. Salute. Thank you for your listening ear. Have a beautiful night. Well, shit, beautiful day. It's gonna be like 75 degrees in Philly and New York. Enjoy it. They said we're gonna be also going to a bus strike. So I'm definitely gonna be needing to ride around. So someone offered me a ride. I do need that ride. Shout out to you. If you like to help the cause, let me see if I can post my. Let me see if I can put this up. Let me see. Let me see. Community modifications. Message. I don't even. I don't know how to put a message. I don't know how to type a message in the chat, yo. This YouTube streaming is difficult because I don't know how to put a message in the chat. This shit is crazy, yo. But anyway, I guess I have to Google and find out how to put the message in the chat. Add a moderated channel activity. Put user timeout. Hide user on this channel. Okay, we're not doing none of that channel activity. Chat messages in last year. Yo, this is deep. Yo, this technology shit is cool, yo. Learn this technology stuff, folks. Learn how to work these channels. Learn how all this activity stuff. Learn it. And when we learn how to perfect it, we might be real good at something. All right, folks. Thank y'all for your listen ear. $ Icy Don 167. Let's try and get this buses out to DC. We're gonna stump the yard in DC, folks. And we bringing our agendas to Trump. This girl, this girl was talking to me earlier about some how people don't know the different branches of government. And it was so funny because when she said it to me, I was like, damn, do I know the branches? And it popped up in my head: legislative, executive, and judicial. And so it hit me instantly. And I was like, is that right? Because it was like old school stuff that I remember. And I was like, when I went and checked, I said, oh yeah, you was right. Okay, cool. You remember the small stuff. But yeah, we got to put together our agenda for our different departments for government. So we have to put the demands for each department. We're gonna have demands for each department. Okay. And right now, what we want to do is we want to focus on really making change in America. We need to change America, period. We need to make America more simple. Like back in the days, it used to be so hard for us to make money. We had to get a degree. We had to go to school. We had to get a degree. We had to get experience. We had to do this. Now, son, all you have to do is have an iPhone and you can become rich. So because the world has changed and it became real simple, in order for us to get degrees and all this shit, we got simplified now. Things got to be simplified. So it's important that we learn that we must simplify America. And by making America a little bit more simple and not so complicated and complex, because it was complicated and complex because they didn't want that type of competition. And because they didn't want much competition, they had to give most black people a roadblock, which was, their system. But because now we done passed the years of that type of competition now, I believe that the system needs to be a little bit more easier and lenient. Like back in days, they used to have background checks. We always still have background checks, but if you smoked weed, you couldn't get the job. If you did this, you couldn't get the job. If you didn't have no experience, you couldn't get the job. But you have all these immigrants coming to the country and they getting all the jobs. So that's now been pushed underneath the bus. And once we understand that that's now been pushed underneath the bus, it's time for us to revamp our policy, the way this country works. Let's simplify it. And I believe that Trump will be willing to simplify a lot of things. He already said he wanted to get rid of this, he wanted to get rid of that, he wanted to get rid of this. Yo, so because he's in that type of the mindset of cleaning up house, it's time for us to really get rid of a lot of things that makes the world too complicated. And once we can get rid of these issues that make the world complicated, then more people can thrive. And when more people thrive, then more people feel like they living. And when more people feel like they living, then less people are dead. And we need to stop with the Walking Dead. Democrats want you to be dead. They want dead spirits. Because when you have dead spirits, now there's a need for them. But we don't want dead spirits no more. We want to go into 2025 with people who's moving with the right blood flow. They're not the Walking Dead. We don't want no more Walking Dead. So, folks, 2025, let's get stronger. Let's be focused. Trump is here. And why do I keep putting 2024 Trump? It's what year are we in? This year is 2024, right? So he's 2025. So he be out there, he be the president for 2025, and we're gonna be on his ass. Thank y'all for your listening, your support. If you're just tuning in, go to the beginning and give me a like and subscribe to the channel. Also support the cause, support the bus trip. We're going to DC. I've never in my life been so excited about anything, but I feel this better. This is the closest we're going to get ever to a dream. I'm talking about myself. Even when I said we, this is the closest I'm going to get ever to one of my dreams. And I'm almost there, folks. Bus trip to DC. You know how honored I would feel standing outside and everybody's waiting for me to give the call for the buses to leave? Do you know how honored I would feel knowing that it's thousands of people that's moving on my cord when it comes to this bus trip? Do you know how honored it's going to feel? I'm going to feel knowing that these men are galvanizing out here in DC, all because of what you're witnessing right here, me talking about it. I don't think you really understand how I feel right now, and I don't think you understand how you really should feel. It's like an honor. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored that you listening, and I think that you should be honored knowing that, yo, that dude right there, I watched his live. I heard him as he spoke about it. I see him moving adamantly about it. And guess what? We are on this trip. We're in DC. We stomping the yard. We organizing. These people cooking fish over there. We got food. We're going to have food trucks out there, folks. We're not going out there to play. I want food. I want this to be a movement of success. We have barbecues in DC. We barbecuing in the wintertime. We barbecuing in DC. We're going out there to turn it up on a level like, yo, not only did they make history, not only did they make example, but they made us in America feel important. They made us feel proud. Our movement is to make the people feel proud. Thank y'all for your listen here and your support. Good night.